This is entirely the use of mind and intent, and not the use of strength. The entire body is loose and open. Avoid the use of the slightest bit of crude physical force. It causes blockages of the sinews, bones, and blood vessels, and causes one to be bound up. Relaxed, one will be agile, and circular rotations will come freely. Release of external strengths allows for the development of internal strength. If the body is stiff, qi and blood become stagnant. So essential number 6, use consciousness, not strength. Think back to the beginning of the year when we did the 6 harmonies of Tai Chi. And we had 3 external harmonies and 3 internal harmonies. Remember, the external harmonies were hands harmonized with the feet, elbows harmonized with the knees, and the shoulders harmonized with the hips. And then we moved on, then we had the internal harmonies. And that was the heart or the spirit moves into intent. Intent moves into energy, and energy moves into action. And the way I put those internal harmonies together was really motivation moves into concentration or focus, which moves into action. So if you think about the first 5 essentials that we have been going over, being suspended from the crown of our head, containing the chest and the back, moving from the dantian, relaxing the waist, distinguishing substantial and insubstantial, and letting the shoulders sink and dropping the elbows. Those really coordinate with the 3 external harmonies, which are all about effective movement, coordinated movement. And now we've kind of turned the corner with the 10 essentials to those internal harmonies. Use consciousness, not strength. So I'm going to move up to the mirror here. And the first motion that I want you to be practicing as we do this is wave hands like clouds, but I don't want you to step yet. I just want you to think about, if you're moving from the dantian, how easy and relaxed these very circular motions are. And that's a key, the circular motions of Tai Chi. There are many, many, many circular motions throughout the form. And it helps with relaxation. It's not a jagged, forced movement. And we don't try to muscle through our movements, right? That's really what use consciousness, not strength. We're not trying to muscle through wave hands like clouds. We allow the shoulders to be dropped, the elbows dropped. We move from the dantian, and wave hands like clouds becomes very soft and very relaxed and very relaxing. So now let's take a few steps with our wave hands like clouds. And remember, I said we're not going to forget those first 5 essentials. We're moving from the dantian. Now think about that substantial and insubstantial as you move. Remember to be lifted from the crown of your head. Now let's step to the right. And just feel that relaxation. Let everything in your body be loose and open. Then a couple steps back to the left. And now bring your weight over to the left and just lift that right leg and kick. Bring the weight over to the right, lift the left leg and kick. And now we're going to go back and forth. thinking about our columns, thinking about our substantial and insubstantial, being lifted and yet being rooted and grounded. And if you think about it, all of those things together help you be completely relaxed as you balance and do these kicks. Right? As soon as you start to wibble wobble, that's when you start to clamp down and you're like, I need to balance, I need to balance, right? And that's actually not what we want. We want you to be able to balance and still be open and loose. So one of the movements that we tend to try to muscle through because we want to get our balance, and it's a difficult movement, is snake creeps, pheasant stands, right? We think about, I have to get myself low and I have to muscle through to bring my dantian over here, and I'm gonna, gosh darn it, be balanced when I get into my pheasant stands. Snake creeps, pheasant stands, if you think about being relaxed and agile through this movement, this helps you be relaxed. And it takes time, it takes practice. But one of the things that will help you be more relaxed, more open, letting your body be loose and open with snake creeps, is understanding the circular pattern. If you think about snake creeps as just being a linear movement because it's moving down the line, that's not exactly correct. There are circles in your snake creeps. That first circle is right here. And it's as you're coming down, and now that circle changes to a horizontal circle right here as you're moving your dantian over that front leg to allow the back leg to be empty and come into your pheasant stance. So as you practice your snake creeps, think of the circles in that movement. Let's try it on the other side now, forming your bird's beak on the left, coming down, and think about as you come down into your snake creeps, you're keeping your shoulders harmonizing with your hips, but as you practice trying to be a little bit more agile, trying to be soft and loose, don't come down quite as low. Try just to not challenge the body too much. Think of that first circle, then come into that horizontal circle, and then come into your pheasant stance. Let's try it again. Think of that circle, shifting the weight, and coming into your pheasant stance. One of the other circular movements that you might not think of as circular is deflect, intercept, and punch. So bring your weight over to the left, and as you step out with the right, you're thinking about this first circle here, but not only with your hands, you're moving in a circular motion with your dantian. Then you come into your bringing your hand to your right hip, you're moving your dantian here, and then as you rotate from the dantian, that punch just gets thrown out, very soft and easy. It's almost like a figure 8 movement. It's very circular. So let's practice that a few times. Bringing your hand to your left hip, your weight's over on the left, stepping out, thinking about that substantial and insubstantial as well. Think about the circular motion, just allowing that fist to come out. Now just rock back with me. Bring your hands to your left hip, bring the weight over to the left, stepping out, deflect, Intercept and punch. Good. If you can get to where you feel that circular motion, it's going to help relax your body throughout that movement.